hello, my cupcakes. It's Alfie Malone here with the big juicy quiz. I hope you've got your thinking caps on. It is Ash Wednesday. It's also Random Act of Kindness Day, and my random act of kindness is to make some of the questions just a little bit easier. Not all, but some. So, if you never played with me before, more's the pity. Here's how it works. You grab a pen, a piece of paper and some friends and you write down the answers. We got 5 rounds and there's 100 points up for grabs with some bonus questions where you could get some easy extra bonus points. And there's all sorts on the quiz tonight. We're going to start off, as always, with bits and bobs. Bits and bobs is a bit like general knowledge, except we call it bits and bobs, so it doesn't sound boring. All right, no cahooting, no canoodling, and no googling. Thank you very much. 1 point for every correct answer. Number 1. Which Australian state has no land borders with any other? Which Australian state has no land borders with any other state? As you can probably tell, I am awaiting the hairdressers to reopen. It's getting longer every week. Which Australian state has no land borders with any other state? Question number 2. How many strings are there on a cello? How many strings are there on a cello? I know it says cello, but that's how you say it. They tell me. See, I told you, random act of kindness. I've made some of them nice and easy. Question number 3. According to the proverb, what does a rolling stone gather? According to the proverb, what does a rolling stone gather? Young brides is not an acceptable answer. All good so far, everyone? Lovely. Question number 4. In which country is Chianti wine produced? Where's Chianti from? Hope you all enjoyed your pancakes last night with a glass of this. Question number 5. What was the name of the police officer in Topcat? What was the name of the police officer in Topcat? Or Bosscat as it was known in the UK? I'm going to be quite strict on the answer. Make sure you get the spelling correct. What was the name of the police officer in Topcat? Question number 6. According to the Bible, how many fish did Jesus use to feed the 5,000? According to the Bible, how many fishes did Jesus use to feed 5,000 people? I thought with it being Ash Wednesday, we'd throw in a religious question, you know. Question number 7. How many sides are there on a decagon? How many sides are there on a decagon? Oh, you know that one. You do. Count them. Question number 8. Oh. It can't be right. That's a hangover from last week. Okay. Well, if you know what type of creatures live in a formicary, you've got a good memory. It's what happens when you spend the day eating pancakes, I guess. What creatures live in a formicary? Question number 9. What's the Roman numeral for 100? What's the Roman numeral for 100? You know, those things that appear at the end of every BBC show. Which letter's 100? And question 10. On a standard UK Monopoly board, what's the first property you pass at the beginning of the game? On a standard UK board, which is the first property you pass at the beginning of a game of Monopoly? And that, my friends, are your 10 questions for bits and bobs. Make sure, if you haven't got a clue, you have a guess, because as we say, it's always worth a guess. Right, here's Alfie with a quick recap. As they say, number 1, which Australian state has no borders with any other state? Question 2, how many strings are on a cello? Number 3, according to the proverb, what does a rolling stone gather? Number 4, in which country is Chianti produced? Number 5, what was the name of the police officer on Topcat? Number 6, according to the Bible, how many fish did Jesus use to feed the 5,000? How many fish? Number 7, how many sides are on a decagon? Number 8, what creatures live in a formicary? A little random act of kindness, because it's left over from last week. Number 9, what's the Roman numeral for 100? And number 10, on a standard UK board, what's the first property you go past? Those are your bits and bobs questions. And if you'd like to get yourself 10 big bonus points, where does the ashes, because it's Ash Wednesday, you see, where does the urn sit, live? Where is it kept? Where does the ashes urn sit? We're talking about cricket. And if you know, it's worth 10 points. So it's got to be worth a guess. Right then, it is Ash Wednesday, and so, where's the fire? Well, all of these words that are coming up in the next 10 questions have the letters A, S, H in them. I'll give you the definition and you tell me the word. Simple as that. Number 1 is someone who gains admittance to a party or a concert without being invited or without paying. What would you call them? The clue is it's got the letters A, S and H in order in them. In it. So you get the idea. I'll give you the definition, you give me the word. The word has got A-S-H in it. Number 2, a board having a corrugated surface on which clothes are rubbed in the process of laundering. It's a very posh way of saying what it is. It's a board that's corrugated and on which you rub clothes in the process of laundering. But what's it called? It's got ASH in it. Your number 3 ash word is a panel under the windshield of a vehicle containing dials. I mean, it doesn't get much easier than that. A panel under the windscreen of a vehicle that contains dials, compartments, and sometimes control instruments. It's a posh way of saying a word that's got A, S, and H in it. Number 4. To effect a radical change in the ideas and beliefs of a person. How would you do that? It's got ASH in the word. To effect a radical change in the ideas and belief of someone, especially by method based on isolation, sleeplessness, hunger, and extreme discomfort. Anybody thinking of writing the word marriage down, I would think again if I were you. There is another way to change your ideas and beliefs. Number 5. An agnostic, there's a posh word, angry reaction to a trend. What would it be called if it had the letters ASH in the answer? One word. There might be one if no one gets that right. Right, number 6. A stew of beef or veal, vegetables, and it's got paprika in it. What's it called? It's got ASH in it. A stew of beef or veal with vegetables and seasoned mainly with paprika. Sounds like the worst weather forecast you could ever get. Number 7. A veil worn by Muslim women to cover their face. What's it called when you've got the letters ASH in it? You know that one? Good. Right then, number 8. Oh, number 8. A romantic infatuation. A romantic infatuation. It's a little bit of slang, but what's it called? It's got the letters ASH in it, not much more. A few scratching heads there. Slang word for someone you fancy, basically. Number 9. A store where men's clothes are sold. A store where men's clothes are sold. Traditionally, I might add, before you start emailing in, traditionally men's clothes. The shop gets this name and it's got ASH in it. Right then, top of the shop. A flamboyant swordsman. What are they called if the word's got ASH in it? A flamboyant swordsman or adventurer? Think of the movies. Right, those are your 10 questions that all have ASH in them. Have a good think, and I'll give you a quick recap. Right then, let's give you a quick recap. And if you've got any gaps, just have a guess, because it's always worth a guess. Number 1, one who gains admittance to a party without being invited. What are they called? It's got ASH in it. Number 2, a board with a corrugated surface that you rub clothes on when you wash them. What's it called? Number 3, a panel under the windscreen of the vehicle. ASH, just keep thinking ash. Number 4, to effect a radical change. What would you do to them, especially if you kept them in isolation, without sleep or food or extreme discomfort? Number 5, an angry reaction to a trend is a bit of one of these. Number 6, a stew of beef or veal with vegetables and paprika. Paprika being the key word. Number 7, a veil worn by Muslim women to cover their face. Number 8, a romantic infatuation is a what? Number 9, a store where men's clothes are sold traditionally. And number 10, a flamboyant swordsman. And if you want to get yourself 10 bonus points, where was the first cash, because it's got ASH in it, you see, point in the UK? Now, this, I do tell you, often comes up in quizzes. So if you don't know, write it down when you get the answer and keep it somewhere safe, because you're going to hear it again, I promise you. Where was the first cash point in the UK? And you need to be quite specific. And if you don't know, well, have a guess. It's always worth a guess. 10 points if you're correct. And we move on. It is Random Act of Kindness Day. People all around the world do acts of kindness, and nobody knows who they're from. And so, who dis then is all people, all celebrities who have done a random act of kindness. But I am going to cover their face with one of these, the vacant or engaged sign, because on this day, that was patented for the first time by a man with the word ash in his name. I mean, the coincidences you get in this quiz. All you have to do, nice and easy, I'll show you some celebrities. Their face is slightly obscured by a toilet lock. Alright? You tell me who it is. Simple as that. Number 1, Udisten. All these people are famous for doing random acts of kindness or acts of kindness. Who is this one? Number 2 looks a bit like that. But who is this then? Everybody got that one? Good, lovely. Number 3. Oh, Who dis? Slightly more tricky, I would hope. The sign has nothing to do with their marital status, by the way. Number 4. Don't let the background put you off. Who is this, then? And celebrity number 5, famous for doing acts of kindness, looks like that. But who is he? If you know anything about this person, the fact that they're sitting in a helicopter is a bit of a clue. Number 6, famous face, famous for giving or doing random acts of kindness. This is quite an old photo. But who is it? Or as we say on the big juicy quiz, who dis then? While you're trying to get your guesses down, big hello to everybody on the YouTube, on the cheermeup.co.uk page, and on the Facebook. And don't forget, all of the quizzes are on YouTube to catch up with. They're all an hour long exactly. So any night you're bored, in lockdown, just press that button. Just go to cheermeup.co.uk, and on the quiz page you'll find them all. Number 7. Who is this famous person, famous for doing lovely things for people? And this one could be male or female, really. I'll leave it up to you to decide who you think it is. Right, celebrity number 7 looks a bit like that, but who is it? My apologies, celebrity number 8. Don't want to confuse you any more than you are confused. Who do you reckon? Ready for some more? Here we go then. Number 9. Who is this famous person with their face obscured by a toilet lock? If you just tuned in, that'll mean nothing. Alright, just tell me who you think it is. Get a good look. There we go. And celebrity number 10 looks like that. And you need to tell me who dis then. There you have it, 10 famous faces. You have to work out who they are. Have yourself some free random act of kindness thinking time, and I'll give you a quick recap. Right then. Number 1. She looked like that. But who is it? Number 2 was that person here. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. Number 8. Numero 9. And number 10. 10 famous faces, you write down who they are, you get 1 point for every single one. And are you ready to get yourself 10 bonus points? Yes, I hear you cry. Which one word is the principle and moral practice of concern for happiness of others? And I'll give you a clue. It begins with the letter A. What's the word we give the principle of being nice to people, basically, on Random Act of Kindness Day 2021? It begins with an A. Yeah, I know it's tough, but it's 10 bonus points after all. Right then, let's move on to round number 4. Code breakers, backed by popular demand. So, if you weren't with us last week, a code breaker is you see something like that says 10 CITR, and that would be 10 clues in this round. 10 of these, and you get 1 point for each one. And it will also tell you the category that the item relates to. You'll see what we mean. Right, so 3BM in fiction would be what? All right, capital letters are nouns or titles, and small letters are adjectives and verbs and things like that. But you get the idea. 3BM. What would you find 3 of that are B and M? If you just tuned in, welcome to the Big Juicy Quiz on a Wednesday night. We do it every Wednesday, and all the recaps are on Facebook and YouTube as well. Right, number 2, 5R OTOF. That's the code. It's to do with sport, but what does it decode as? Everybody got the idea now? Good, lovely. Number 3, MSAD. My apologies, there is a number missing at the front of this. See, 2 mistakes this week. It should say, listen carefully, write it down, 180 MSAD. $180 MSAD. My apologies. Too busy eating pancakes. Number 4, 7C OTR. To do with nature. 7C OTR. Anybody tuning in now? I think this is the shipping forecast, but it is a code. It means something. You decode it and you get yourself a point. Number 5, AB AT40T. Wow. AB, AT, 40T. Think of 40s that you would find in fiction. Clicking into place yet? Good. Number 6. T39S is fiction as well. But what does it decode as? Remember, the small letters are things like a, an, and, of, stuff like that. And the capital letters are things like house and car. And so in fiction, T39S would decode as what? Where have you heard 39 before? Okay, number 7, 6W OHTE, and that's a history. So in history, you're looking for 6 W's of OHTE. Oops, nearly gave something away then. Don't worry, no one spotted it, no one spotted it. 6 what? OHTE. Number 8, SW AT7D. In fiction, think of 7s. This round, of course, is famous for bruising legs because you end up kicking yourself when you hear the answers. Number 9, 6Z IAM. Z IAM. Now, I've just had a quick check on this, and you need to change that Z, because I thought it was a bit odd, to an S. Okay. Change the Z to an S, and it's in economy. I'm making up for the fact we've had no mistakes for the last 4 weeks. I've put them all in one show. So 6SIAM economy. No, it is Z. It is. I'm losing my mind. 6ZIAM. I just missed off the subject, which is economy. 6 Z's in a what? See, I'll help you out. Random act of kindness. Okay, number 10. It's television, and it's 1F ITG. Where would you see that on the telly box? I'm blaming these mistakes on the hair growth, by the way. It makes it difficult to see the questions. So, C1FITG, and it's a telly program. Right, have a quick think on those, and I'll give you a quick recap. Right, chance to fill in any gaps you might have on the code breaker round. Here are your codes. 3BM is fictional. Number 2, 5R, OTF, OTOF, to do with sport. Number 3, 180 MSAD. Don't forget, 180 MSAD. Number 4, 7C OTR, to do with nature. Number 5, AB 8040T, fictional. Who is? Number 6, T39S. Did you get it that time? Number 7, history. 6W OHTE. Number 8, SWAT7D, fictional. Number 9, 6Z, definitely Z, IAM, economy. 6 what? And number 10, 1FITG, and it's a telly program. Those are your 10 code breakers, and here's a bonus one. Wow, it's fictional, but it goes like this. 4A20 BBIAP. When I say fictional, think nursery rhymes. 10 bonus points up for grabs if you can get that one right. Right then, let's move on to our final round, and as always, back by no demand whatsoever. It's out of tune Alfie. 1 point for the singer, 1 point for the song. If it's your first time on the quiz, turn up your speakers nice and loud, because this is how it works. I will sing a line from a song, and you have to tell me who sang it and what the song is, with the slight hindrance that I can't sing. So it's always interesting. Okay, lock any pets away. Here we go. Number 1. She packed my bags last night pre-flight. 1 point for the singer, 1 point for the song. And the song is supposed to go something like, she packed my bags last night pre-flight. Right, I hope you got it. Number 2. My tea's gone cold, I'm wondering why. It's 'cause I'm doing the quiz. My tea's gone cold, I'm wondering why. 1 point for the singer, 1 point for the song. Your third song on Out of Tune Alfie this week goes, Open up your loving arms, I want some. Oh, tricky. Or do it again. Open up your loving arms, I want some. Right, I'll compose myself. Give it your best guess. If you don't know, give it your best guess. Number 4. Children behave. That's what they say when we're together. There's a blast from the past. Wow. One more time. Oh, yes. I knew you'd be pleased. Children behave. That's what they say when we're together. 1 point for the singer and 1 point for the song. You're all trying to get to the chorus, aren't you? Yeah. Children behave. That's what they say when we're together. Right, number 5. Thank you for coming home. Sorry that the chairs are all worn. I've impressed myself. One more time. Thank you for coming home. Sorry that the chairs are all worn. Left them here, I could have sworn. You got that one? Yeah, you know that one. Last time. Thank you for coming home. Sorry that the chairs are all worn. Right then, number 6. I don't want to have hurted love affairs. Do you know it? One more time, if you please, Alfie. I don't want half-hearted love affairs. I don't want half-hearted love affairs. I just want... It's everything my singing is not, if that helps. Right, number 7. I thought love was only true in fairy tales. Pretty sure this round is where we lose most of our viewers. I thought love was only true in fairy tales. Name the singer and name the song, please. Number 9. Listen to the words that you say. It's getting harder to stay. Listen to the words that you say. It's getting harder to stay. 1 point for the singer, 1 point for the song. Couple of people had a big hit with that. Number 9. You've done it all. You've broken every code. You've done it all. You've broken every code. Code. And you'll be pleased to know, for the sake of all your neighbours, the last one goes like this. I would take the stars out of the sky for you. I would take the stars out of the sky for you. 1 point for the singer, 1 point for the song. Right, going to give you some thinking time so you can carry on singing to yourselves, and then I'll give you a quick recap without the singing. Right then, 10 out of 2 Alfies for you to work out. And here they are one more time. Number 1, she packed my bags last night pre-flight. Number 2, my tea's gone cold, I'm wondering why. Number 3, open up your loving arms, I want some. Oh, hello. It's my Tinder profile out of the bag. Number 4, children behave. That's what they say when we're together. Number 5, thank you for coming home. Sorry that the chairs are all worn. Number 6, I don't want half-hearted love affairs. My other profile. Number 7, I thought love was only true in fairy tales. Number 8, listen to the words that you say, it's getting harder to stay. Number 9, you've done it all, you've broken every code. And number 10, I would take the stars out of the sky for you. And that, ladies and gentlemen, are your 10 out of tune Alfies. So have a quick look back over your pages of answers. And if you've got any gaps, make something up, because it's always worth a guess. I hope you've filled in any gaps you might have, because here come the answers to Ash Wednesday's big juicy quiz. 1 point for each correct answer in the bits and bobs round. Number 1, the Australian state that has no borders with anything else is Tasmania. Did you forget that one? Oh. Number 2, how many strings are on a cello? Well, there's 4. 4 strings on a cello. 1 point if you got that right. Number 3, according to the proverb, the rolling stone does not gather bad press, it gathers no moss. A rolling stone gathers no moss. Number 4, Chianti, well, that's produced in the country of Italy. Number 5, Topcat, the police officer, and the spelling is important. Officer Dibble. Not dribble, dibble. Look, no one's going to know if you wrote it. Just cross the R out. It's all right. There's no cameras in your house. Don't panic. Number 6, according to the Bible, how many fish did Jesus use to feed the 5,000? Just the 2. Just the 2 fish. And 5 loaves of bread. But the answer you want is 2. How many sides are on a decagon? It's question 7, and the answer being in the word deck is 10. 10 sides on a decagon. Number 10. Number 8. A creature that lives in a formicary is an ant. Little gift from me, that one, I think you'll find. Little gift for regular viewers. And number 9, the Roman numeral for 100 is C. And question 10, on a Monopoly board, when you play Monopoly, the one you go past first, well, it's brown. It's the Old Kent Road. Did you get it? Did you get it? How well do you know your Monopoly? Right, then I gave you a chance to get yourself 10 bonus points, and all you had to know was, where does the Ashes earn? You know, the one in cricket. They burn the wicket, or they burn the stump, the bales, and put them in a little jar. But where is that little jar? The answer is Lord's. It's always at Lord's. It doesn't matter who wins it, it's just Lord's. Always stays there in the museum, behind a piece of glass. No one touches it. If you wrote Lord's, you're correct. And if you did get that correct, you've got yourself 10 bonus points. Wahey! Right, round number 2, where's the fire? All the words add the letters A-S-H. I'm just breaking these teeth in for somebody else. Okay, someone who gains admittance to a party without being invited is a gate crusher. See, A-S-H in all of these. Number 2, a board with a corrugated surface that you rub your laundry on is a washboard. Number 3, the panel under the windscreen with instruments on it and stuff like that is a dashboard. That was a gift. Number 4, to effect radical change. How would you do that in someone? You would brainwash them. Number 5, an angry reaction to a trend is called a backlash. Of course it is. See, you kick yourself when you know. Number 6, the stew with paprika on top of your beef. That's goulash. Number 7, the veil worn by Muslim women to cover their face in public is a yashmak. Number 8, a romantic infatuation is called a pash. Having a pash, got a pash, want to have a pash, a pash. Number 9, a store where men's clothes are sold is a haberdashery. And number 10, a flamboyant swordsman is a swashbuckler. How did you do? How did you do? There was a bonus question. The first cash point in the UK, where was it? The answer, well, it's Enfield. Enfield in London. It's Enfield we were looking for. And that gentleman there, if you don't know who it is, that's Reg Varney from On the Buses. He was the first person in the world ever to get cash out of a machine. It's quite unbelievable, really. Enfield is the answer, and write that down, keep it somewhere safe, because that'll be in every quiz you ever go to, trust me. Right, who dis then? 1 point for each correct answer. All these people are famous for doing random acts of kindness, or certainly acts of kindness for people, and they're all covered up by a vacant and engaged sign, because it was on this day that a man called Ashwell, see, Ash, patented the toilet lock in London. Number 1, who was it? It's Sandra Bullock. Number 2, who was it? It was Tom Hanks. Number 3, who was it? It was J.K. Rowling. She finished a book early so a young lady who was dying could hear it before anybody else did. Number 4, now I said don't let the background put you off because that's Jamie Foxx. Not some Arsenal player, see. And number 5, famous for flying helicopters and for donating his helicopters whenever there's an emergency, but not very good at landing his plane, it's Harrison Ford. Number 6, hiding behind the engaged sign, a very young picture of Mr. Christian Bale, who befriended a homeless man and took him shopping. Number 7, it's not Johnny Depp, it's Cher. Number 8, Mr. Chubby himself, it's Alec Baldwin. Number 9, long before Ellen was giving away stuff, she was doing it, it's Oprah. And number 10, hiding behind the engaged sign, did you get the fact that behind there is the wonderful Mr. Bryan Cranston? Those were your 10 famous faces, 10 points for each one. Sorry, 1 point for each one you got right, but 10 points if you know the word for the moral practice of being kind to people, or the concern of other people's happiness. Begins with an A and it's called altruism. Altruistic. 10 points if you knew that. And then the code breakers came along and the answers are coming up. Number 1, 3BM in fiction, 3 blind mice. Number 2, in sport, 5ROTOF, 5 rings on the Olympic flag. Number 3, 180 is MSAD. 180 is the maximum score at darts. Number 4, in nature, 7C, 7 colours of the rainbow. Number 5, it's fictional. Someone, AT40T, it's Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. Number 6, in fiction, 39 of them. Did you work it out? It's the 39 steps. It's about all I've done on my device during lockdown as well. Number 6, in history, 6W, 6 wives of Henry VIII. Number 8, SW87D, in fiction, well, that's Miss Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. Number 9, 6 Zs, in a what? 6 Zs, and the subject was economy. 6 Zs, 6 zeros in a million. Of course there are. Oh yeah. And top of the shop, 1 FITG, 1 foot in the grave. How did you do breaking codes this week? There was a bonus one which was quite complicated. It goes 4A, 20 BBIAP, 4 and 20 blackbirds baked in a pie. Did you get it? If you did, it's 10 bonus points for you. And then on to Out of Tune Alfie. I attempted to sing some songs. Did you work out what they were? Number 1, She Packed My Bags Last Night, Pre-Flight, Rocket Man by Elton John. Number 2, My Tea's Gone Cold and Wondering Why. It's got a sausage in it. It's Thank You by Dido. Spell check went mad on that. Number 3, Open Up Your Loving Arms, I Want Some. You spin me right round, baby, right round. You spin me round, dead or alive. Number 4, Children Behave, that's what they say when we're together. I think we're alone now. Doesn't seem to be anyone in. Oh, I know, it's easy when you know. I Think We're Alone Now by Tiffany. Number 5, Thank You for Coming Home. Sorry that the chairs are all worn. I left them here, I could have sworn. Gold, Boom Boom by Spandau the Ballet. Number 6, I don't want half-hearted love affairs. It's got to be perfect by Fairground Attraction. Number 7, I thought love was only true in fairy tales. Boom, boom, boom. Did you get it? I saw her face. I'm a Believer. I'm a Believer by the Monkees. And number 8, Listen to the words that I say. It's getting harder to stay. Can you hear me? Ba-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-dum. It's Only You is the title, and it was a big hit for Yasu. And it was a number 1 at Christmas for the Flying Pickets. I sounded like a radio DJ then. Break out of that bit quick. Right, number 9. You've done it all. You've broken every code. Come Up and See Me, Make Me Smile by Steve Harley and the Cockney Rebel. If you got anything like any of that, you can have a point. No one's checking. Don't panic. Just make sure you got something like that. And your last one was I Would Take the Stars Out of the Sky for You. Stop the rain from falling if you asked me to. Did you manage to sing it all the way through to the chorus in time? You to me are everything, the sweetest song that I can sing by the real thing. You to me are everything. And that's your big juicy quiz for Ash Wednesday. Now grab your bit of paper. Anywhere you put a tick, that's a point. Anywhere you got a bonus question, that's 10 points, and add them all up. And then if you're watching on the Facebooky book, you can put your score and your team name in the comments section. And if you're watching on YouTube, you could drop us a line. And then we know how you're doing, and you can tell us what your favourite round is, and we'll make sure it's in next week. That is your big juicy quiz. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, tell your friends. If you didn't, keep it to yourself. Yeah? We'll see you next week. Bye.